Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Headbanger's Closet. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Today I want to talk about a really cool project and record. It's called Lunar Satan. There's my Lunar Satan t-shirt. Here's the album. Check out that badass artwork. Really cool. If you did not know, the man on the moon is Satan. So Lunar Satan is a project started by Clint Wells. If you don't know who Clint Wells is, he is a super talented professional musician based out of Nashville, Tennessee. He is also the one half of the Metallica podcast called Metal Up Your Podcast. The other half is another super talented professional touring musician, Ethan Luck. If you listen to the podcast, if you don't, I highly recommend it if you're a Metallica fan. But if you don't listen to the podcast, check it out. If you do listen to the podcast, you will know that these dudes love to go on these long, hilarious tangents, and that's where Lunar Satan came about. They were talking about Metallica's Garage Inc. album, the Merciful Fate medley in particular, talking about all the satanic and imagery in the lyrics, the witches, the warlocks, Satan, howl like a wolf and a witch will open the door was one they were discussing, and then Clint was saying how much he was really into all that imagery, wolves, warlocks, Satan, pentagrams. He was really into all that stuff. And they just went on a tangent about it. And they started mentioning like space and then Satan in space. And then that's when I think it was Ethan coined the term Lunar Satan. And thus the Lunar Satan, joke started. And credit to Clint, being the great and talented singer and songwriter he is, took this joke and turned it into something awesome. And in the future episodes, he kept giving you guys, giving the listeners updates on the project. And sure enough, he enlisted Ethan and other friends of his to play on the album, released it on streaming services and for download on New Year's Eve. You could download the album to your phone and listen to it. You could listen to it on those streaming services. And then after a while, he put out a Kickstarter campaign, and that's where the album came out. So you could go find him on the socials, Lunar Satan on the socials, and see if there's any hard copies left. I don't know if there is or not. If not, I guess the only thing you can do is download it to your phone or get it on the streaming services. So here is the insert with the cool satanic symbols and imagery, and then the lyrics. And record collector, so when he puts out an album, it's going to be really, really cool. Here is the blood red translucent version that I chose. Such awesome artwork on this thing. The blood red looks beautiful. Really, really cool. So now that I've shown you the record, let's kind of go into a track by track of what's awesome about this album, what I love about it, and what I think you guys are going to love about it. I highly recommend you guys don't just take my word for it. Go download this album yourself or buy it. It's phenomenal. You won't be disappointed. So before we kind of get in, there's two things I want to talk about. The first thing is that Clint and Ethan, they're both professional musicians, so they can kind of give you a little bit more insight into all the reasons why we love the songs we do. For people that are just fans like myself, I know what I'm hearing and I love what I'm hearing, but I don't know what kind of went into making the album, recording it, the gear, and so on and so forth. So those guys offer a lot of cool insight into that aspect. So I am not a musician. I am probably going to get a lot of terms wrong on my notes. Don't be that dude. Don't be the dude that comments and tells me how much of an idiot I am because I don't know the difference between a breakdown and a bridge. I'm sorry. I know what I like. I like what I'm hearing on this record, so I want to tell you about it. Second thing that's really cool is Clint's a 90s guy. Load era Metallica, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Tool, Dave Matthews. He loves all that stuff. You can really hear those influences on this record. And what's cool is you can tell he just took all those influences, put it into one pot, and then threw his own special sauce on this thing, and out comes this really, really cool record. So if you're a guitar guy, you're going to love this because there's so many cool guitar elements on this album. It's phenomenal. So let's get into it. I got some notes right here to tell you guys. First song is called Evocal Serpentum. Really, really cool guitar riff. Great guitar work throughout. There's a lot of layers on this particular song. A killer riff starts out the choruses, which I really like. So you get that riff going on, and then the chorus hits. Catchy chorus, catchy verse. And then my favorite part of the song is this absolute bitchin' face melter of a guitar solo. We just listen to doing this air guitar going on. It's awesome. Song number 2 kicks off We Ride the Skies. It's not as fast as song number 1. It's maybe like a more of a mid-tempo style of a tune, but it's really cool. What I love about the lyrics are really cool. It's catchy. Choruses are catchy. And what's awesome is Lunar Satan album is a concept album about Satan in space. His followers, they put him out in space. He's on the moon. They got to go get him, unfreeze him, and release him to destroy the world. So you kind of start getting that story. You can really understand where it's going, which I really think is cool. That you kind of get you start that part of the picture, and that goes through the whole album as well. So another great solo, which goes into a riff, and I think it's like a breakdown style thing where it solos into the riff, which is really cool. Then song number 3 is called Disappearamid. My notes say cool vocal delivery, very otherworldly sounding, maybe like he's in space. Really cool. But the best part of this song is the crushing riff on this song, kind of towards the end where it just kicks in. It was awesome riff again. You're headbanging, you're giving the devil horns into another killer guitar solo. So with this song, like I said, with the vocal delivery on this entire album is awesome. There's a lot of different styles to it, but I love Clint's singing. It's very soft spoken type of singing, in my opinion. There's no like crazy screams and death metal growls on it. It's just cool heavy metal style singing in a few different types of styles. I like that. But song number 3, Disappearamid's awesome. That bitchin' ass guitar riff is so awesome. Song number 4 is called Come Dark Sun, my favorite song on the album. It's very melodic. It's a slower type of song. A lot of cool guitar layers going on this with the main acoustic guitar kind of deal going on, vibe. My notes say very Bon Jovi Dead or Alive feel to the acoustic guitar part, which made me laugh thinking of Tumbleweed Ron, that episode. If you listen to their podcast, you know what I'm talking about. But really cool, a lot of layered guitars, some symphony stuff going on in it as well. My notes say the perfect radio rock song. I can picture radio stations across the country playing this particular song. It's really, really good. Fantastic song. Song number 6, one of my favorite tracks again on the album, is called Blood Unto Blood. Really cool, groovy, heavy riff, kind of like Black Album, Load, Metallica, kind of Tool-esque riff going on here. Really cool. Again, super cool verses and catchy choruses. You can understand the lyrics. You can listen along to the story of the Lunar Satan concept. Really cool. And one thing I love about the song is the chorus. He does this really neat melodic thing with the chorus and makes it probably the most catchy and sing-alongable chorus on the album, in my opinion. I don't know what it's called, but whatever he's doing is really, really cool. I love it. So song number 6 is called Pig Fuck. Very strange vocals going on there. It's not really a vocal delivery. It's more like an effect, because I think he's like using something to get that vocal effect going on there. My notes say very Twist and Chains sounding, but really cool underlying guitar riff. If you're paying too much attention to the vocal style and delivery and effect, you might miss that guitar riff. So don't do that. Make sure you hear the awesome guitar going on in the song. Song number 7 is called Mirage. Another really cool vocal effect. Again, another kick-ass, groovy guitar, heavy guitar with a heavy groove to it, very bluesy. Right when it kicks off, you can hear that guitar, and there's a little bit of like a chord change, which makes it sound really awesome. And then a cool solo on there as well. Song number 8 is called Set the Witch Afire. Again, really great song, kind of more in line with the first couple songs on the album. Very upbeat, faster tempo song. Reminds me a lot of Moth into Flame with that kind of bendy thing. You're in the car, you're listening to it, you're going to start air guitar in it. Really cool Metallica riff vibe to me, like I said, Moth into Flame. Another awesome guitar solo on this one as well, and catchy lyrics. Just like I said, throughout the whole album, catchy lyrics. Song number 9 is called The Charioting, and all my notes say is a 55-second ominous mood setter for what's to come. And what's to come is the last song on the album called Voices, and holy crap, what a gnarly, blistering guitar riff. I mean, it's throw up the devil horns, headbang, very James Hetfield, Metallica-like riff, best riff on the album, bar none. It's amazing. I love this friggin' song. Also, really kick-ass, ripping, face-melting guitar solo, and as it's melting your face off, he starts singing again, which you don't hear very often. Usually in metal and hard rock songs, there's a solo, and then they play the riff, and then they start singing again. This one, he's still melting your face, but he's going to come in and start singing again as well. So really, really cool. I love that, that kind of thing going on. I don't know what it's called, but I love how that happens in it, where the solo continues to go, and then he starts singing. This is kind of a neat thing you don't hear too often. So that's the album. It's awesome. Don't take my word for it. Go download it for yourself. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. Go check out Clint's other projects. Vampires is a cool one. Go find him on all the socials. Like him on all the socials. And like my channel. Like my video if you please, if you will. Or don't. I guess it's cool. Whatever. Either way. But leave me a comment below. Have you heard Lunar Satan before? Have you heard any of Clint's other projects? What do you think about the podcast? Leave me a comment below. Talk about whatever you want to. And hit the like and subscribe if you will. And we'll have another video for you guys very soon. As always, cheers.